Hello everyone, and welcome to the weird, scary and horrible parts of humanity. Today we are looking into one of Finland's worst shootings, the Jokela School Shooting. I'd also like to apologise for my pronunciation of Finnish, as I do not speak Finnish. Pekka-Eric Auvinen, pictured to the left, named after Finnish guitarist Pekka Auvinen, pictured to the right, and English guitarist Eric Clapton, was the son of Ismo Auvinen, who himself was a guitar player. Ismo Auvinen played with Albert Jarevnian for the band The Hurricanes. Pekka-Eric Auvinen was born in Tuusula, Finland on the 4th of June 1989, and had one younger male sibling. Auvinen attended the local Jokela High School in his native Tuusula. The high school is 43 kilometers outside of the Finnish capital Helsinki and has 450 students. Auvinen did moderately well in school and had plans to graduate in the spring of 2008. However, he was a victim of long-term bullying and isolated himself from others. He was also a shy student who blushed easily when embarrassed. Between December 2006 and January 2007, his parents Jokela School and his father Ismo attempted to get him referred to a psychiatric outpatient clinic for depression and anxiety, but it was refused as it was perceived that Auvinen was only suffering from mild symptoms. Starting in 2006, he began irregularly taking SRIs, selective serotonin reuptake inhibitors, an antidepressant used in the treatment of major depressive and anxiety disorders. It was in March 2006 that he began planning to undertake a shooting at his high school. He had two YouTube accounts under the aliases Sturmgeist89 and Natural Selector 89, where he uploaded videos about school shootings and violent incidents, including tributes to the Columbine High School shooting, the Waco siege, the Unabomber Fyodor Kaczynski, the Tokyo subway sarin attack, American serial killer Jeffrey Dahmer, and bombings during the 2003 invasion of Iraq by the United States of America and her allies. Auvinen also began to show an extreme interest in both far-left and far-right movements, with an obsession for Stalinist ideologies and Nazi ideology, with a teacher noting that he was a militant radical. He also marked to a social worker that he would die in a white revolution. He informed online acquaintance Jokela School that he would not be making it to military service. The Finnish Defence Force is based on a universal male conscription, with all men above the age of 18 liable to serve either 165, 255 or 347 days of military service, with about 27,000 conscripts per year, and 80% of male Finns having completed their military service. He also left several cryptic and homicidal messages with Kulvanien on the 6th of November 2007. He also uploaded a file package of 21 files to the internet, including pictures of himself, his high school, and 3 documents in Finnish and English. His longest text was the Manifesto of a Natural Selector, in which Auvinen explained his rationale behind the shooting, emphasizing that this was not a school shooting but an act of political terrorism, making references to Plato, German philosopher Friedrich Nietzsche, and the Unabomber's manifesto. In his ramblings, he divided humanity into 3 groups based on their ability to think rationally, and saw his role as a natural selector to weed out the weakest aspects of humanity, justifying his actions by depicting it as a rightful culling of the weak-minded majority. He also noted that both his upbringing and the media he consumed were not at fault for his actions. On the 7th of November 2007, he missed his first school period for the day. He uploaded one final YouTube video entitled Jokela High School Massacre 11/7/2007 on the 7th of November at 9:33 AM. This video depicted red-filtered pictures of himself holding his Sig mosquito and a photo of his high school covered in blood. As a result, he gained the nickname the YouTube Killer. Having posted his video regarding the school shooting, he edited the video at 11 AM and sent a message to the School Killings Net community stating that history would be made today. At 11:28 AM, he shut down his computer and proceeded to the Jokela High School by bicycle. Arriving at the school at 11:36 AM, he entered the basement through a door just below the canteen. At 11:42 AM, he encountered student Samueli Nurmi, who was 17 years old, in the corridor, who he proceeded to kill. Auvinen then headed to the toilets, and when students found Nurmi, it was assumed that he had bumped his head and was unconscious. Other students heard gunshots but did not recognize them. He then killed two students in the toilets, 17-year-old Mika Petteri Pulkkinen and 18-year-old Ari Juhani Palasanen. Female student 25-year-old Hanna Katarina Laksonen Kinnunen was killed outside the toilet. At 25 years of age, Kinnunen was a senior student with a 3-year-old and a 5-year-old child. 43-year-old student nurse Sirka Agnelli Karaka called emergency services. Anyuan ran after Karaka, caught up to her and shot her at 11:46 AM, followed by another student, Mikko Tapani Hitunen, who was 17 years old. At 11:47 AM, Principal Helena Kalmi was alerted to the shooting by the deputy head teacher, ordering all students and teachers via the PA system to barricade themselves inside their classrooms. Auvinen began shooting and firing randomly, discharging his gun 53 times in the corridors, in anger, having heard the announcement by Principal Kalmi, and began shouting, "I'll kill all of you." He encountered the mother of a student as she was entering the school but spared her. Unable to get into the classrooms, he ventured to the school's second floor and found two students sitting on a bench, killing 16-year-old Ville Valtteri Henionen, while the other student escaped uninjured. Auvinen then began pouring two-stroke engine fuel, a mixture of gasoline and oil, on corridor walls and floors, but was not able to ignite the fuel. He then went to the school canteen and attempted to open it, but was unsuccessful. Firing through the glass, he hit some chairs inside, but people were able to escape through the other end of the room and hid in rooms behind the kitchen with no one injured. At 11:54 AM, Principal Kalmi left the school with the education welfare officer through the ground floor door of the old building and ran to the pond nearby the school. There, Kalmi made a telephone call while the education welfare officer went to the car park to guide rescue vehicles into the school. Auvinen then exited the school through an exit door below the canteen, cursing, causing the education welfare officer to flee into the field. Auvinen then confronted Kalmi at 11:57 AM, who attempted to convince him to surrender. He then shot at her 7 times in view of students in the schoolyard, fatally wounding Kalmi. Auvinen then went back to the first floor and began knocking on classroom doors, entering an occupied comprehensive school classroom. He shouted orders at the students, proclaimed a revolution, and urged the students to destroy school property. He then fired 2 shots at a television set and window and left. A few minutes later, Auvinen spotted the first responding police officers and paramedics in the inner court at the school. He fired a shot at them through a window, but the bullet failed to penetrate the glass. At 12:03 p.m, he took a position near the main entrance of the school and fired 2 shots at police officers who tried to approach and negotiate with him. No officers were hit. Realizing that he was surrounded, Auvinen walked into the toilet next to the canteen, threw his jacket and bag on the floor and shot himself in the head, committing suicide at 12:04 p.m. Between 12:35 p.m. and 12:37 p.m. an estimated 200 students and staff were evacuated from the school. At 1:54 p.m. Auvinen's body was found. Taken to the Tuusula Hospital of the Helsinki University Central Hospital at 2:45 p.m, he died at 10:15 p.m. from his self-inflicted gunshot wound. By 2:29 p.m, the school was cleared and a total of 8 people, in addition to Auvinen, were killed, with 10 people injured. Jokela High School reopened 8 days later on the 15th of November 2007. This was Finland's second school shooting in the history of the country, with the first occurring at the Raumanmeri School in Rauma in 1989. Messages of support were given to President Tarja Halonen of Finland by her Estonian counterpart Andrus Ansip, Icelandic counterpart Gerhard, and her Irish counterpart Bertie Archem, as well as King Harald V of Norway and King Carl XVI Gustaf of Sweden. The President of the European Commission, Jose Manuel Barroso, with Finland a member of the European Union, sent a message of condolence to the Finnish Prime Minister Matti Vanhanen. A national day of mourning took place on the 8th of November 2007 in Finland, and all flags were flown at half-mast following the shooting. Thank you for watching. Please do yourself a favour and hit that like and subscribe button and the bell icon to inform you when new videos come out. It helps more than you know and your support is truly appreciated. You'll also be seeing 2 other videos for you to check out. Until next time, stay awesome, stay classy, be kind to everyone you meet, and have an amazing day.